I never thought I'll be what I am. I kind of thought that I'll work hard and I'll succeed and make some money and have a good life. But I've got much more than I deserve. And there's nothing more in this life I love than being a star. I really like it. I love the fact that people love me. I'm humbled by it. And this all is with a lot of honesty. And all I want to do is give my life up for making people smile. That's all I want to do.
Kaja, what about yourself?
What about myself?
Yeah.
Well, as he said before, yes, I think it's, I don't think I expected to be where I am today. I definitely find it shocking. I find it a little scary at times. I'm not like Shah Rukh. I don't enjoy crowds. I am that kind of person. I had butterflies in my stomach over there, and I was like hyperventilating at the thought of standing in front of about 100 people who were going to ask me and question me and judge me. So I'm happy where I am today. I'm at peace with what I am, and I thank God for each and every moment of it.
And Karan, being iconic for you.
And we're sure we've seen you on a couple of front covers of magazines.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I wasn't expecting to do this. I wasn't expecting to be here, and I didn't think life would turn out this way. I wanted to be a designer. I thought I'd be an interior designer, fashion designer. I thought maybe I'd work in my father's office and do something else, maybe business, try my hand out. I really think I'm a film star because of Adi and Shah Rukh. I mean, Adi asked me to be an assistant. He thought I would be a director, and Shah Rukh agreed to do my first film. And it was a conversation that happened very casually on a hilltop in Switzerland that made my whole life. So I really think that destiny was a very big part of who I am today. And I believe I'm Destiny's child, and I will always be.
Okay, I just want to say, because the three of us said what we said, don't think we are focusless. We didn't know what we wanted to be, and we become this. Somebody knew that we wanted to do this work.
Haroon, you have a question?
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
I just want to say, Kajol, I need to take this opportunity to tell you you're my favourite actress of all time. Personal favourite film is Gupt. I thought you were outstanding.
Sit down.
Okay.
My question is for Shah Rukh. We hear that after My Name is Khan, you're going to be doing Don 2 and Ra 1. Is that a conscious decision to steer clear of your romantic roles, or do you see yourself doing any more romantic roles after that?
No, I do it if I'm offered. And suddenly when you say it, it sounds like I'm doing movies with just numbers in them. No, it's not like that. You know, when I'm always hoping people, friends and good directors, and come and tell me a script. In a state of mind, you know, you choose a film. This film is very intense and dramatic and very important. My name is Khan. I've been injured for a year. I just suddenly feel that I should do something for the kids and a little fun and, you know, not take myself so seriously, and an action film, because I have to prove it to myself that after my surgery on the shoulder and my spine, I can still do action. It's very important that I do that. So Ravan was designed like that. Don 2 was always slated after Don 1 did well. So we were always wanting to do, and it's great fun. I like being this bad guy, tongue. I like mouthing the dialogue, Don ko pakarna mushkil nahi namumkin. And Don 2 is very, very different from Don 1, because isme 11 ki nahi, we've got about 112 mulkon ki police. That's the main difference in the film. So I know it's not that if I get a romantic, I was just telling Karan the other day that, you know, all three of us has passed through quite an intense period of making this film, so different for us. See, inshallah, everyone will like it, but it's very difficult for even makers, because we don't want to let you down. We know the expectations, we know the kind of love, and we feel responsible when we make a film. So when we make My Name is Khan, there is a huge responsibility, not just of the issues, but the fact that I hope all of you guys like it. You know, that's what we feed off this, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know, it's a new film. And so I was telling Karan, let's quickly do a nice, just romantic, easy, fun film also, you know. So I'd love to do it.
Well, any film any three of you put your names to, I'll be at the front of the queue at the box office.
Should we go backstage for the Gup thing?
Kaiser Ahmed. Where's Kaiser Ahmed? Kazir.
Kazir.
He's got a thing about names.
My name is not Khan.
A question for Karan, sir. My favourite film of all time is Agnipath. I understand you'll be doing a remake. Do you think by remaking such a cult classic will be a good idea?
I think Agnipath never got its due in its time, and it's a film that was very close to my father. I think it was the one film that really broke his heart when it didn't do well at the box office. It got a lot of acclaim. It was considered like a cult film. I really feel that it's something that I wanted to do again, just in his memory, just so that we can get it right this time.
Have you got any stars you've got for the role?
We haven't yet. I mean, the process of writing it is still going on.
I've been auditioning.
But
I've been telling him, but he won't take me. But I think it's one of the greatest films
Yes.
ever made, and
It is
I'm dying to see the remake because a lot of youngsters may have missed out on it, and I think it's very important. It's one of my favorite films. I think Bachchan Saab was God, and I think they should make it again. Yeah,
Very inspirational film as well.
very great film.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there were remakes of your films, what ones would you choose? To redo by yourselves, that is.
Again.
Yeah.
We retook the film. We give so many retakes in between.
So it's fine.
Yeah, it's done. It's over with.
For bloody last 20 years, people say I do the same films again and again anyway.
we've got some listener questions. These are questions that people emailed and texted in to the BBC Asian Network. Giannis, this is a question for all of you. It says, in the past, your super duper hits like DDLJ, K3G, all had scenes in London. Why has My Name is Khan been made in New York and not London? Will you ever make another movie together in London?
We're here today, aren't we?
Making a movie with all of us,
Yeah.
which we appreciate. But would you, would the three of you make a movie in London again?
Of course, I mean, if the opportunity. In fact, Dostana 2, which I'm producing, is going to be shot in London. That's, of course, not with RUKH and KAJOL.
That'll defeat the purpose.
As we said, he writes those scripts with us in mind and then signs somebody else.
I imagine, Abhishek
How
and
can
John
I
Abraham.
write Dostana with RUKH and KAJOL? There's a problem there in everything, if you think about it. We'll get the orientation all wrong. No, so I mean, really after K3G, we shot Kal Ho Na Ho and Kabhi Alvida outside of London. For various reasons. This one is meant to be filmed in America. Politically, it required for us to be shooting it in, not New York, actually, we shot in Los Angeles and San Francisco. But of course, the opportunity arrived. Shah Rukh is looking at shooting in London for his next film that he's producing. So there's lots of London coming up.
And can you tell us about that film?
No, I haven't written it yet. I'm just shooting. Now, we hope, inshallah, we'll shoot it in June, July in London. And yeah, it'll be nice. It's a superhero film. Where are you?
Where exactly?
No, I'll tell you, it's opposite Regent Street.
Great
We're looking for the locations, actually, as we talk. And yeah, it's a superhero film. I think it's time India started. We tried to...
You see Shah Rukh flying over Piccadilly Circus, it'll be Ravan. Come to Birmingham.
I'll shoot in Birmingham, yes.
Now, we've got another question from Bhavna from Bristol, who emailed into the BBC Asian Network, Love Bollywood, and this is for all three of you. Do you feel Bollywood is misconstrued by the Western world? And if so, how would you put it right? Karan.
I think it's totally, I think a large section, in fact, the perception is definitely changing in the last 5 or 7 years. But I think Bollywood, the term, is really a result of a certain kind of mockery because of the films made in the 80s. The 80s where people danced on pots, pans and various kitchen utensils. And saris flew off people's bodies and then draped their way back. And the whole idea of dancing in a row and 50 or 100 of them was a result of the films that we made in the 80s, which were remakes of certain southern films that did really well. So that whole phase kind of was slotted, and that's the phase where media was very active and they focused themselves on us and made us sound like this kitsch, garish filmmaking nation without completely annulling the great cinema that we were responsible for in the 50s, 60s and 70s. That's where the term Bollywood comes from, and that's why we are considered a little bit of a frivolous filmmaking nation, song and dance making, which is not true, because I think some of our content, in fact a lot of our content, is more soulful, more effective and far more emotional and felt than any other cinema made in the world.
Here, here.
And I just think we haven't been platformed, and if we put up on a pedestal, I think we can give any film a run for its money.
Exactly.
But we just have to put ourselves and position ourselves, which is now happening with a certain corporate infrastructure and studio infrastructure that is penetrating our industry. I think it is happening.
Kajol, what about for yourself? Has Bollywood been misconstrued?
I think yes. I think yes. But I also think that the way they look at cinema, what they expect from cinema is, you know, as I said, the audience is changing. It's what the audience wanted at a particular time. And I believe that Indian filmmakers give the audiences what they want. I really believe that. So as I said before, I believe in pop culture. I believe in songs and dances. I believe in making entertaining films. And I believe that entertaining good films will do well regardless of wherever they are shown. I truly believe that. I've seen a lot of English films which don't have a song and dance, which I've enjoyed. I've seen French films. I've seen a lot of other language films which I have completely enjoyed. So I think it's, you know, being exposed to that, really.
And Shah Rukh?
Well, I have a very clear idea about this. See, we don't, just because we don't intellectualize storytelling does not mean we are stupid.
It isn't good.
Or we are not intelligent filmmakers, one. And the second part is our cinema has to cater to a 90-year-old grandmother at home and the 9-year-old kid. So it is a variety cabaret, very difficult cinema to make, that you have to please everyone. You know, in India and other places, you have to forego necessities to be able to watch that show. So we need to make a film which is for everybody. You know, a linear storytelling or having just a character-driven film is, according to me, an easier filmmaking technique. We would love to do it, but whenever we're making a film, we're like, no, the granny has to like it, mummy has to like it.
And they all have to sit in the
kids
same
have
room
to
and
like
watch it together.
So it has to have, yeah.
We're Indian.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, you know, so it's a
no
difficult
apologies
cinema.
for it.
It's a difficult cinema. So I can understand if somebody misconstrues it. They might think it's kitsch, and they might think it's a mix of a lot of things. Yes, it is. It is a mix of all this because all of us from the subcontinent and everywhere else in the world, we are a mixed race. So it's okay to be like that. So I think it's not misconstrued. It's not understood. Our language is a little different, but we can make all kinds of cinemas. You know, people like Karan and so many wonderful filmmakers. They can tell a story in a linear and character-driven way also. I mean, Khan is a lot like that, but does not take away from the importance of this marvelous, colorful, warm, singing, dancing. Our USP is that. You know, singing, dancing, kitsch is our kung fu. So we like it. Right? You know, yeah.
Don't you think so?
We're going to go to the audience now. Bansi Chadaswama
Bansi?
and Sangeeta Kumar.
Vanisha.
Vanisha, sorry, I've got Sangeeta written in.
Bansi.
Hi, I'd firstly just like to say congratulations on making My Name is Khan. I know it's going to be a really big success. Also, thank you for just being the biggest icons of this time. And me, at a very young age, have been following the Indian film industry, and I think you guys have really shaped it for me, so thank you.
Thank you.
My question is for Kajol. I know you're such a glamorous, talented actress, but how difficult has it been to just incorporate your marriage lifestyle into your acting career? Because they say that after marriage, an Indian actress's career is totally gone, but you have really shown that you can cope with both at the same time.
You know, I think that's a preconceived notion that people have and that people have spoken about. But, I mean, before me, you had Sharmila Tagore, you had Saira Banu, you had all these women who worked so well and so happily after they got married as well. So, I mean, it's just that myth that people have in their heads that, oh my God, she's married now, and oh my God, she can't act anymore. Why? Did anybody stop to ask that?
Kajol, don't you think it's a bit unfair? Because, I mean, Shah Rukh, when you entered the industry, you were already married, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, look at him. He managed fine.
And I can act a bit, yeah.
Well, sorry, can I just elaborate on my question? Why do you think that this myth has arisen?
Well, I think it's because I think it's because of society per se, because they have this label that they put on women who are married. I think it's because of society pressure, really, that you expect the woman to conform to a certain standard. You expect her to give up her entire life, her home, and everything, and, you know, shift over to the man's home or whatever, take his name, and, you know, give up everything that she was before and take on a completely different identity. And that identity does not involve anything that you did before. And I think it's very sad, but the point is that in today's 21st century or 22nd century or whatever, I don't think that that applies. I don't think that applies anymore. And I think that each person is an individual, and your individuality is what the guy married you for. So don't give it up.
Felicia, your question?
Hi guys, I feel so lucky right now to be here in front of you. This is a lifetime experience. Thank you so much, Love Bollywood. And
It's all right.
my question is for Shah Rukh Khan.
You got your name wrong, right?
Not my fault, that wasn't my fault.
My question is for you, Shah Rukh Khan. You have made all your fans around the world, including me, cry during an emotional scene. Have you ever cried watching yourself on screen?
Good question.
And tell us what scene it was too.
I only cry watching those films which flop. No, but first of all, I just like to say to you and everyone who so kindly says that thank you for being icons, etc. I think it's very nice of you to say that. But on behalf of Karan, Kajol, myself, and everyone, actually, it's thank you for giving us this opportunity to be able to serve you and be so good. Thank you very much. Actually, you guys are the ones. But my own films, no, I don't.
It's very difficult.
But like, I was watching Khan and I told Karan that day, I think, or I think I told my wife before we came here, that there is a scene in the film, and it's not really the most emotional scene. It is actually before the emotional scene. Maybe because I know it, I don't know. I was watching it and there's just one line, ki, "Main bura aadmi nahi hu." It's just a simple line. And when that was said and Kajol runs in front of me and goes, yes, I got tears in my eyes. But I don't know if it was because of me or it was the way Kajol was running. But in real life, yes, I cry. I get saddened sometimes that, you know, I don't know. I feel sad. Yes, I cry in real life, and I'm glad that I can make you cry, and hopefully.
Everyone does.
I know. Hopefully, I can make you guys smile also once in a way. And
Thank you so much.
Well, God bless you, and keep crying.
Thank you.
Karan, you know when you're actually directing, right? It's a very emotional scene. You've actually written it. Do you actually cry while you're?
Yeah, what do you know?
I don't know why you had to ask me. That's just not fair. No,
I've done his research.
I really, you know, genuinely, I want to do a Karan watching his own emotional scene.
Please do.
Okay.
You have to. Right, good. Right.
This is the moment. Kajol, will you just say some emotional
Yeah,
lines?
okay.
Right.
So suppose I'm watching Kajol do a scene.
I don't think it's...
And then, when he gets really emotional, he pulls his pants up.
So I'm the one with the Asperger's syndrome.
Does he have nice legs?
Show it, Karan.
I'll show you backstage.
Oh dear, let's move on to audience questions. Harjinder Sagu from Birmingham and Amrita Rana from Birmingham. Harjinder,
Can you
where
both
are
stand
you?
up? Harjinder, and then Amrita. Where's Amrita? Wonderful.
Harjinder, your question, and who's it for?
It's for Karan, but I want to say hello and welcome to everybody.
Why
it's
don't
lovely
you?
to see you. Karan, my question to you is, what inspired you to have your main character have this mental health illness? Was it somebody you knew that inspired you to do that?
No, actually, there was two parts to that question. A, we needed for the character to have a non-neurotypical situation, because he had to embark on a journey that would have been very implausible if he was like you and I. He would have brought too much logic and plausibility to that fact, and he wouldn't have embarked. It needed a man who thought in a different way altogether. When he's told, go and meet the President of America, he will actually go. Yes. Because none of you in this room would really go if someone told you to go to meet the President, because it's an impossible journey to make. But Rizwan Khan is not like you and I. He's different from us. He thinks differently. he breathes from a different space altogether. So we needed to give him a situation like that medically. So therefore, we zeroed in on Asperger's syndrome. Secondly, in my research with Shibani Batija, the screenplay writer of this film, we went to New York and Los Angeles, and we went to ACLU and various other organizations that protect minority rights in America. And within that space, we met a lot of people. I actually met a man who had a big fight with his wife. For various reasons, I can't mention his name, but she said the same thing to him in a fit of anger. She said, go and apologize, or go and say, you're not a terrorist to the President of America. And he actually had this disorder. And he went and he...
Again, telling the whole
I'm telling
story of the...
sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. No, but this is said in the book.
I know it is said, but you know.
Okay.
That's what happens when
I'll
you
just
get
put my
told
legs
off.
So basically, it came out of that.
Don't argue, guys. Don't argue, please.
Sorry, you should just not allow me. My apologies. I gave you more information than
That's
required.
okay. That's okay. But can I just say that I have a 6-year-old autistic nephew, and he loves all of your films. He has his own DVD player, just the 3 movies in particular, and he loves you, Shah Rukh. It doesn't matter what he's doing, but the minute you're on the screen, he will stop and just stare at you. So, as I said, he's 6, and he would really love to have met you today. So I just want to say that on his behalf. Okay?
Thank you, Ajinda.
Thank you.
Amrita?
Final question, Amrita.
Final question, Amrita.
Hi
And then we're gonna
guys,
play a little game.
hope you enjoy your stay in London. But can I take you to Birmingham with me, please? See, my granny will make aloo wari parothe for you. She'll love to have you around. Okay, Karan, can I just say you're looking very handsome.
Thank you.
Loving the leather jacket. And loving the shoes, looking very hot.
Don't ask him to show his legs again, please.
No legs.
Okay, Karan, I wanted to ask you that what do you think the secret is behind your successful
Behind my
working
good look.
relationship? We can see that. What is the secret behind your successful working relationship with Shah Rukh and Kajol? And do you guys ever disagree about anything when you're making a film together?
I think we just publicly disagreed. That he just said.
The success, what is the secret really? I think the fact that we actually have mutual respect for each other is a big part of our success. I think all of us, like I of course started as an assistant to both of them, so I was in awe, there was lots of respect. And there was really a lot of love for their talent. And I think that just kept growing with every film. And I feel that even if there are days of disagreement, it's it's always addressed very honestly. And that's the best part. And we all respect each other's thought process so much that if something is brought up as a matter of disagreement, it's immediately resolved, because you know that if Shah Rukh brings up something that he feels very strongly about, I know he is really intuitive, he's extremely intelligent, and so he obviously has a very valid point. Similarly, Kajol is a very instinctive actor. So if she feels something on a gut level, I go with that. So I think that every time Shah Rukh and Kajol, which has been rare in my 12-year association with them, that we've had a disagreement. I think it might have happened twice or thrice in my entire career with them. And on very minor points, that immediately when they say something, I go with what they say, because I think they wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't important.
Okay, thank you. And so I just wanted to say I absolutely love you. You're the best actress ever. Please make more films. And Shah Rukh, can I just make a small request, please? Can you please tell me one of your romantic dialogues to me, please?
I don't remember exactly, but I'll try. Oh, okay, should I do the one I did with Bazigar? I'll do? I don't know if it's romantic enough or not. No, she just keeps quiet. I just talk to her. Okay, I'll try it. I would have tried. Okay.
Never mind, just say it
Okay.
now.
मैं जानता हूँ.
Can you hold my hand, please?
Have you got any more hands? We want to get down the
मैं जानता हूँ कि तुम जानना चाहती हो कि मैं जानबूझकर रेस हार क्यों गया तुम्हारे लिए, क्योंकि अगर मैं ये रेस जीत जाता तो तुम्हारा दिल टूट जाता, और मैं तुम्हारी जैसी खूबसूरत हसीना का दिल नहीं तोड़ सकता.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's not over yet.
Oh, it's not over yet.
Don't interrupt me. इसलिए शायद किसी ने कहा है कभी-कभी कुछ जीतने के लिए कुछ हारना पड़ता है और हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं।
Thank you. I love you, Shahrukh. Love you guys. And please, can you just say hello to my friend Samina? Because I'm here because of her. She gave me the ticket. So can you say hi to Samina, please? She's right here.
Hello. Hello. Samina, don't faint. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Raj and Pablo. Thanks.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, right, when he's actually saying these dialogues, right, and he's looking at you, what do you feel?
She can't see.
She can't see.
I'm half blind, by the way.
Okay.
I really am.
Without her
My number's
glasses,
-4. So I'm really, so when he's saying all these things to me, I'm like,
Who are you?
I'm thinking hair is good. I'm looking in the right place, right?
Right, guys, we're going to play a little game with you now
right.
called Hot Potato.
Raj and Pablo's Garam Garam Aloo.
Right. Okay.
It's not that funny.
Now, basically, we've got 3 questions for each of you. One is a sweet aloo, one is a medium aloo, one is a hot aloo.
Okay.
Can you take the heat? So if you can, with the question, you take the hot one. Medium is the medium question. The sweet is an easy question that you don't have to tax your mind on.
Is it general knowledge or is it...
No, it's
about you guys.
questions about you guys.
Ah.
I think...
It's our twist on the coffee.
Should we start with Karan? I think we should.